Hi guys. Hi. How are you? Today is Wednesday evening and I want to make some pilau and I want you to come along. So I have had my meat boiling for quite some time to make it nice and tender for the kids. It's nice, it's very nice and tender. I have my onions. I have my tomatoes for the kachumbari. I have my potatoes. I wanted 3 potatoes. So let me wash my hands and start this, okay? I want to do this really fast because it's 6:30 and I want the kids to be eating by 7:30. And anyway, it's not a lot of work because 90% of the work has been done. So yeah. My pot. Pilau ni kitunguu. Just put a lot of kitunguu. Okay, I'm not going to put all this. Lazima nibakishe kidogo ya kachumbari. But pilau ni kitunguu. And then even I put a lot of kitunguu in the kachumbari, the kids won't love it. And they love kachumbari with a lot of tomatoes. Kitunguu kwa mbali. So yeah, just a little bit of it is enough. Then I'll put in some oil. So I let that cook until it starts kungua. Si ungue, but when it starts kungua, then I go in with my next ingredient. So meanwhile, I will be preparing my potatoes because I don't want them this big. Ini kubwa sana. Although niliambia nisema nitengeneze kiwa tu hivi so that I cut it into the pieces that I want, and then ginger and garlic. Don't go with much so that the pilau is favorable to the kids. If it were me, I'll put a lot of ginger and kitungu and all that, but now with the kids I have to be mild a little bit, so yeah, I'll be using this, and this just one piece. So let me do that. So I start by removing the dark spots. If you guys can't hear that music, pause. What? Ready? I go in the old school way. So these ones are very little. Oops. So these ones are very little. If there are many, I love it because they make me exercise my hands. Yeah. So and the kids are here and change like everything. So they have come in and now they're interrupting my everything. But anyway, let's continue. Thank you. Sasa endeni mkawatch TV. Nitawaambia. Aya, endeni sasa. Get out of here. Paka mimi. So my kitungu is right here and it's doing well, not yet. Right there. So ndio nimegojea hivi. This tripod is going to fail me at some point. So nimegojea kitungu yangu hivi. Everything else is ready. I can feel it starting to brown up. When it starts to brown, Zania, toka sasa. Nini? Sababu nimeona unakula tomato zangu za kupika. Nataka tanifanya leo. Ndio mtoka hapa. Nini? So my kitungu. My onions have started browning, so I put in this. The ginger and the garlic. Ni nini? Nitakuja kufunga hiyo TV. So in a few minutes that will be done. My meat is super well boiled. Kitunguu yangu ime brown very well done. Let me show you. So I'm through with the meat. It's now doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I go in with my pilau mix. So I put enough of the pilau. Then I put my waru. Put my potatoes. Because the meat is basically cooked already. Niweke waru zangu. So I'm not gonna put any other spices because now the kids, I cannot afford to put any other spice. So with the pilau mix, the ginger, that is enough. So I'll just put in a little bit of salt, and I'll be good to go. Now I can get my rice ready. Ama mko mbali stuffing. Ziko. Meta. Okay.
Is this really? Come on. Oh, now I understand.
Ngojea mama, kwanza hizi hii ni za kukula pilau. Kukula pilau tunakula banana. Okay? So I'm through. Let me prepare the rice now. The smell in this house is just so my rice is ready. I wanna add it to my pilau now. Then niwaonyeshe vile ninafanya nini. Every single grain. So I mix these up. Let's see. You see the color? Yeah, color brown. So mix it up that way. So I let that cook for 5 minutes. I have some hot water going here. So this one will not take even 20 minutes. So we give it some time. Meanwhile, I'll be mixing up the kachumbari. This is the nyanya and the onions. Hiyo nakupatia.
Nakupea nini?
Utatupa dustbin. Then I'll put in some salt. Inakangwa hivi na. Very rich, huh? Very rich because the kids might want to have this. In a normal day, I will refrigerate this, but now because of the kids, tena with cold things, this one stays put. My kachumbari is very ready. Let me taste. Simple, very nice.
Put my favorite color. Put my favorite color. Mate sauce, potato, sauce.
Cooking and filming requires a lot of patience. Karibu pilau yangu iungue. But now I've put in the stock. I have put in some water and now it is boiling. Imeka immediately imeshaanza kuboil because both were hot. So all I want now is the potatoes to get cooked and the rice, and then I serve. Hivyo tu. I will also check on the salt. The African traditional way. Let me tell you. The salt is so well coordinated. So I leave it to boil. Then now
me, Mom.
I will set out the plates. I'm here with my daughter and she keeps on telling me, quicking me, mom. She means, excuse me, mom. Yes, mom. That kachumbari is slapping. Iko sour. And then it's not cold. It's not cold, so it's good for the kids. My pilau is out there. Let me set out the plates so that immediately the food is done, we will just start serving. I'll bring you along on that. So my people, here is my pilau. Very well cooked. Very well cooked. Waru ndio hizo, nyama ndio hizi mingi huku. And my rice, kitunguu yangu karibu ingue lakini si mbaya. It's a very eatable. So this is my food and this is my mwiko. I love this kamwiko. So now I wanna serve this food. So the kids have their meals in these lovely bowls that we bought. You must have seen this somewhere. Yeah. So I want to serve the kids with food. So there we go. One potato. Waru. So when my kids come from school, so when my kids come from school, they eat. So I'm just not serving. I'm giving a small serving. Then they'll have this. Then they will take a cup of milk and go to sleep. So this with some kachumbari. My kachumbari is right here. A little bit for each, just in case the onions don't sit well with them. And then I have my bananas right here. Nimezisugua vizuri. My hands are clean. I have to try and they're just shouting and calling my name. I think I need to do that TikTok of every time the kid calls inauma food. So my hands are clean. So there you go. a bowl of pilau. And yeah, so that is how this is going. So I'll go serve this. Yeah, I think that's a better caption, is it? Yeah, that's how the pilau is looking, you see? Really nice and really yummy. So let me go serve the kids. They have their lunch. They have their dinner, sorry. And then I will eat when they eat. They're even shouting and asking for food. And barely 2 hours ago, they had food. Because when they come from school, they eat food. Food. Walikuwa wamekula matoke. But they love pilau so much, so I know they are looking forward to this. I have an extra banana, just in case they ask for an extra banana. As you can see, it's still very imesugua. So let me go serve my kids, and I'll see you around. Hello, my peeps. Hello, my darlings. Hello. How are you? I want to show you something. I want to do, today is Sunday. Let me start from there. It's Sunday. And I am I went to church in the morning hours, and then I took my kids somewhere that I wanted them to go. I went to somewhere that I wanted to go. Then I was to take my kids somewhere that I really wanted them to go. But naona masaa, nikienda sitamake kuja kutengeneza dinner. So, sijamake. So I'm home. Look at my sugar jar. I love it so much. I love this thing so much. It's really nice. So I want to do a refill for the week. What I replenish per week, and sometimes not every week. Sometimes it is when it's needed. So this week I've realized that most of the items I'm out of most of the items in the kitchen. So I want to replenish my unga. That's my soko. I want to replenish on that. I use this one per week. Akakitu, one per week. So I need to put a new one. So Shoppies for my girls. Jeez. Nisikia vile wanagongesha milango. Weetabix, they were on offer, so I grabbed the opportunity of the offer. I also got something new, and the girls want to try this Shoppies chocolate cookie hoops. You want to see how these ones will go. And niko na sukari hapa. I need to replenish my sugar. Then, hizi ni maharagwe. I also need to replenish on that. So. I start with niweke chini kidogo. breakfast for the kids. That one will go for longer, maybe 2 weeks, and yeah. Sasa nataka kupika uji. I'm sorry I still have my clothes. I normally do my cleaning on Sundays because that is when I'm in. So I have my clothes going there, and I'm tired. By the way, I'm tired. So I want to do uji, and then I want to do a vlog that I want to be still in this vlog. Yeah, in a minute. Acha nichanganye uji yangu, niache kiboil, nikuje. So, hi guys once again. I hope we are all doing well. Let's do that again. Hello, hi guys. Hi guys, how are you? I hope we are all doing well, and I hope we are keeping on keeping on. Now, today I want us to study something. And I have my notes with me. Maybe you can take a piece of paper because I want us to learn a few things on parenting. And parenting is not something that we are taught in school. Parenting is not something that there's a certain way that you have to bring up your kids. Is the society, the church, and just the basic life. Even life itself teaches you how to bring up your kids. And so we are going to be covering a whole process of us as parents and kids. It will be quite detailed because have we will have from when the child is in the mother's stomach, how we are supposed to take care of the babies, how we are supposed to take care of ourselves, who plays which part, and that one goes for both ways, the male and the female. And we will come through a journey of bringing the baby to this world and starting on life with the baby. We will talk to first-time moms. We will talk to moms who have 2 babies. We will talk to moms who have 3 babies. We will be talked to moms who have even maybe more babies, maybe if we get that. So if you're there, you can reach us out on our inbox, our email, and you can reach us out so that we can discuss these topics. The reason I'm bringing up this topic is one because I'm a mother of 3, and the journey is not as simple as people might think or as people might take it. Bringing up kids is a full-time job, and we would like to create the awareness to each and everybody so that msisikiange a mom who sees us at home nafikiria it's just someone ati anashinda amelala ama. It is draining, it is tiresome, and we will go deep into detail of what all that partakes, and we will walk a beautiful journey. I would like us to walk this journey with you guys. If you have any input on conception, there are people who have gone through journeys of conception. Maybe it was hard for us to conceive, maybe we conceived many times and the baby did come to term, and we want those stories that can encourage, stories that can encourage the society, stories that can encourage upcoming moms, stories that can keep on encouraging us as we move through this journey of parenting. But now, even as we plan to do all that, today I want us to speak about grown-up kids already. I am going to dive so high. I am going to dive so high and go into a topic. And I want us to speak about how are we supposed to relate with our kids as we are bringing them up? Because we, as niliona tuko kwa which bracket? They are millennials, Gen Zs. My children, I know they're alphas, they're not Gen Zs, they're alphas. Then kuna zingine. So me, I'm a millennial. If I were to use those terminologies that are being used currently. And how we were brought up is completely different with how we are bringing up our kids. We can all agree to that. I, for example, I'm us, we didn't have the space to negotiate. We didn't have the space to talk it out. We didn't have the space to express ourselves. We didn't have all that space. It was what the parent says and what the parent says. If the parent goes west, we go west. If the parent says east, we go east. I remember we were having a conversation with someone and they were telling me, I don't know how we believed that our parents are super parents. So that tulikuwa tunaona, in case we have maybe a thug attacking us at home, my dad is a super dad. He's going to take care of that. In case we have what or what, it was the parents used to take care of that. Until you're grown up enough and you realize there's much to it. There's so much to it. And so now that we are where we are currently, now that we are where we are, I would like us to talk about we how we parent, how we do the parenting of our kids today. And I want to take you through some of the things that I do. They might be wrong, they might be right, but that is how I do. And that is why I want to leave this conversation as open as possible so that you can bring in your views, you can bring in your contributions. Let us share our thoughts, let us share into this world. And even as we speak to our kids, let us share, how do we do all this? How do we bring up the alphas, the Gen Zs, and every other kid? How do we go about this, guys? How do we go about this? How do we go about this? That is what I want us to talk about, and I want us to dig straight in. There are so many things that I do myself, and I have done a lot of research within myself. I also go online and if there's a challenge that I'm facing with a certain kid, I always, that is a good thing with Google. I will go Google and know how to tackle it. And so I have been able now to bring in a lot of information from all over. I blend it in with how I was also raised, the good part of it, maybe even the bad part of it, unknowingly, or even knowingly sometimes. And yeah, that is what I want to do. There are so many things that I do just in the journey to try to bring up my kids in the right way. But today I'm just going to share 12 points, 12 points really quickly. And when I share the 12 points, we will share the rest on a later date so that we don't make this vlog so long because it's already long, Cindy. So let us dig into this. And by the way, before I go on, welcome to my kitchen. This is the Kitchen Conversations with Mama Zico, the Kitchen Conversations with Ziwawi. Welcome. So let's dig into the first point. So one of the methods that we use to reprimand our kids is what? Shouting. I am culprit. I tell the kid the first time, the second time, the third time I'm shouting, stop it. And opening my eyes as wide as I can. But now I'm reminded that before you raise your voice to your kid, just take a breath. Take a breath. Just pause and take a breath. Pause and take a breath. Then those few minutes that you do that will help you rethink. It will help you rethink your decision. It will help you not go that direction because shouting at kids does not affect them there, but it may affect them in the wrong line. In the wrong line. Um, the more you practice pausing before you yell, the easier it becomes. The more you practice pausing before you yell, the more you practice that, it eventually it becomes so easy and it becomes your second nature. So you will always have a second thought. When you want to yell, you remember, what do? I pause. After you pause, you're able to rethink your decision and you're able to take another way. Point number 2, something very simple, but I know you and you and you and you at the back there don't do. Greet your kids in the morning. Me, I'm very good at that. In my house, you have to say good morning. So you wake up, good morning, good morning, good morning. And I have seen that all over. Go to my mother-in-law's place. When you wake up in the morning, you guys have to say good morning. Go home, go everywhere. Say good morning to the kids. Just say good morning, put a smile despite how long maybe the night was. Maybe you're having your own stresses. Maybe you're having your own thoughts. Maybe you are thinking about work. Maybe you're thinking about other things. But just make a point of just saying good morning to your kids. It changes a lot. And they will also have a very nice day. Then at the end of their day, let me call it at the end of their day, end the end of the day on a good note. Let me put it that way. End their end of the day, end their day. Let me say that, sorry. End their day on a good note. End the day. Look your kids in the eyes and tell them, I love you. And that one will not depart. The Bible says, teach your kids the ways of the Lord, and that will not depart from them. It is not only the ways of the Lord, by the way. The Bible says that because the Bible teaches the word of God. If you teach your kids something else, it will never depart from them, because I was telling someone that the kids' minds are very fresh. So anything that is planted in them right now, so if you teach your kids to say good morning in the morning, they will live by that. If you teach your kids that telling them I love you is very normal, what I for. So teach your kids or end their day on a good note. Look them in the eyes and tell them I love you. As they go to sleep, give them affirmations, tell them thank you for being so good through the day, and if they had struggled to behave or they had a long day, just tell them tomorrow is another day. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it better. We're going to do it different. Okay. Point number 4, do a one-on-one activity with each of your children. I talked that in one of my videos when I went for a date with my daughter. It might seem awkward. It might seem like you have so much time to waste, but I know the impact of that in the kids. Take your kids individually, because they're very different characters. Like my kids are very different characters, very, very different. So do a one-on-one activity. Like now you saw me in this video. Somewhere you've seen me cooking with my small baby. She loves cooking. She comes to the kitchen, she sits on this counter and we cook. Mama chanieke chumvi. Even when you go to the shops, what she wants for a toy is there. These are videos are pick up. So what? I go that way. On the other hand, my second born daughter doesn't like cooking at all. Kaye seated at the sitting area and she waits for you to come in and serve her. She eats, but then after that, now what she loves it cleaning. She loves doing the cleanup. After everybody has gone to sleep, she wipes the table and arranges the house and all. That is her. My third one also has her own character. So do a one-on-one activity with identify first. What do they love most? What would you want? Because as I'm saying, they're very fresh. What would you want to put into them? What would you want to plant into them? Then do a one-on-one activity regularly as you can, so that you build those characters in them. You can read a book, you can play a game, even just watching a movie, So that is it. Do that and call it a mommy and me time, and they will really enjoy. They'll keep, like now my daughter keeps on telling me, Mom, when are we going back there? Because she enjoyed it. So every time you ask them to do something and they listen, try and get excited about it. Try and say thank you. You should say thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for wiping the table. That was really good. Wow. Congrats. You're very good, just as in try and encourage them. Did we get that in our childhood? Yes, no. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But now that is the world we are living in right now. You encourage them and you build it in them. And that is why even the CBC is here to empower those small gifts. Okay. So be super grateful for every good thing they do. That is my point. And make sure they notice your gratitude. Si tunasema kwa roho, hey, this girl of mine is doing really well nowadays. No, show them, you did really good. You did good on that. Hey, like maybe huku kwangu, I don't know whether you're saying it. We always say, shikilia uzito. And we like kugota hivyo. We like knock our fingers together, that we fold our fingers and we say it in Swahili, shikilia uzito. So that is so encouraging. Every time they see mommy says, shikilia uzito, they know, wow, mommy is happy. And they're also happy, and it encourages them. And even after we have stayed and said, you will still hear them saying, mommy, let's go nilifanya ile kitu silifurahi. Show them that you're happy, okay? Another thing that is eating us up, including me, despite how much we try to fight. Like now nimewafukuza waende wakacheze, go and just endeni mkacheze. Reducing the use of technology for you, by the way, and the kids. For you and your kids. Reduce this. There's no way nitaambia Maizikomu aeke simu yake chini afu nichukue yangu niingie Instagram ama TikTok. Mimi kwanza I'm really carried away by TikTok. Just reduce that. Set times, set timetables, be an organized person and know when to do what, when to do what. Okay? Reduce it. It is very tempting, but we have to lead by example. It is very tempting, but we have to lead by example. If we want them to spend less time maybe playing video games and watching TV, challenge yourself to avoid the same whenever possible. Like kama sasa TV yetu, me as we speak right now, our TV is switched off. Completely switched off. It is completely switched off, and the kids are out and I'm here doing my vlogs. So everybody is now doing whatever they are. Instead sasa ya tuingie kwa nyumba, tuingie kwa simu. Ninapika saa 2, watoto wameshaanza kulala, they are fussy, they are not organized, So that is it. Point number 7, ask them for their help with something and then praise them for helping. Like now me, nafua nguo hapa. I told my kids, nisaidini kuweka nguo, kuload go. And they helped me. I thank them. I told them, thank you very, very much. You have really assisted me with that. Tomorrow, make sure you come and assist me. The time I told them that the first time, to this day, they know that they're the ones who are supposed to load the machine. So when we have clothes, I call them and they assist me to load the clothes into the machine. They know it is their responsibility. They know how to do it. They know what to do and what not to do. And and I praise them every day. And I tell them at the end of the day, you did this score, you did this score, you did this score. And by the way, in my house, we have duties. Everybody has a duty. Today is the common's duty to make sure as we go to sleep, the house is organized. If mom needs help here and there, it's the common's duty. Tomorrow is the other one. The other day is the other one. Definitely according to their ages. And they know very well that if it is this person's duty today, it is not to say that you are supposed to relax or you are supposed to see things going bad. Unyamazie. Everybody is responsible every day, but the person on duty is so and so. Another point that I learned in a very, very, very weird way is listen. Really listen. Listen to the kids and don't jump into conclusions. Let me give you a story about me and my daughter. My daughter, Zindaya, my second born, we were coming somewhere in town. There's a place where Vanavana temple. We were coming from Westlands, I think. There's a place where there's a temple. And Zindaya said, Mom, look at that temple. Do you know, Mom, we are singing Indian songs. And I thought, Indian songs? Where do you even start? I blushed it off. I didn't even comment. I didn't even think about it twice. I just blushed it off and we continued with other stories and I blushed. She took me another time. The second time, Mom, I don't Indian songs, and I just blushed it off, and I was like, what is this guy saying? Indian songs is like shaking your head like this and dancing, and where is that even starting? And so Zendaya realized I'm not listening, and she stopped it. Shock on me, my dear. Shock on me. Do you know that was on a was it on a Saturday? Yeah, it was on a Saturday. On Sunday we went to church. On Monday they went to school. Zikoma, now the older one, came and told me, Mom, do you know Zendaya is participating in an Indian dance at school? And I was like, what? Yes, Zendaya is participating in an Indian dance at school. So my daughter was communicating something. But because I couldn't listen, I blushed it off. I didn't get it. And that is when I said, oh, wow, that's what you are telling me. Now she told me, yes, ma'am, that is why I was telling you. I saw a temple where Indians go to pray, sorry. Indians go to pray. And then I remembered we are practicing an Indian. Did I listen? No. Learn to listen. And I really listen. Not listening for the sake of it. Listen to them. Please listen to them. So I'm going to put these points really fast. That is point number 8. Point number 9, discipline them when necessary. It is very correct to discipline your kids. It's very okay to discipline your kids, but do it correctly. Do it correctly. And the parenting that we're having today, our parenting those days, ilikuwa, and it really used to work anyway. If my mother's friend anipate kwa njia huko doing something that a kid is not supposed to be doing, ama misbehaving, ama they had the power to ananichuna na ananiambia uende nyumbani, and I'm going to tell it to your mom so that your mom beats you up. You remember those cases? Sasa mtoto wako aguzwe kwa plot, si utatoka guns blazing, my friend. How dare you? How dare you? Although people also sometimes they go to extents of being a bit harsh on other people's kids. But now I want to bring out the society that we are living in. And also as parents, we have become so reluctant. We have taken a back seat and settled. And we don't want at all to discipline our kids. The Bible says, spare the, spoil the, go to your Bible. That is what the Bible says. But you see, after you listen, you're now able to discipline because you know where you are getting from. If you have many kids like me, I always say I have many kids. My 3 kids, and they are coming. Wakikuja wakilia wote ama wawili, the smaller ones, because they're the ones who are crying all the time. Wanna blaming each other. This one is blaming this one. So unless I listen, I'll end up maybe even punishing. They're here. So Zendaya had come to introduce me to her friend. Because she says she has a new friend called Dela. Zendaya, funga hiyo mlango. So Amanda akakuja na new friend anaitwa Ella. So she was introducing me to Ella. And that is Zendaya for you. She makes a lot of friends. At a Sunday school, nikimwendea pale tunamwendeanga, she always comes with a friend. But anyway, let's go. I was talking about disciplining the kids and disciplining them correctly. Si kuja kwa mtoto sababu uko na hasira zako. Umetoka na hasira zako kwa ofisi, umetoka na hasira zako kwa soko, uko na hasira zako za na huku, mambo zako, maybe even in your marriage, uko tu na hasira, and then you come and start disciplining the kids. Unamwagia hiyo hasira mtoto. And that is why we are seeing the society we are living in. Tuko na watoto wako very bitter. Very, very bitter. Because from when they started growing up, they started seeing this bitterness from home. It is rooted, well rooted at home. And unfortunately, sometimes it is, you don't even realize it. You know, you don't even realize it. And that is why I'm saying, please watch out. We will be doing a series of these talks. A lot of talks. We'll be doing a series of these talks as we learn how to parent these kids. Not that I know. By the way, I don't know anything. But I love to learn from everybody. I would love to learn from you. Reach out. WhatsApp, my WhatsApp number, I'm going to put it up here. Let's reach out. Let's sit down. Let's talk and let's know how to bring up these kids. So that the generation that will be brought up will be a good generation. Okay? And we are not going to bring up kids filled with bitterness ama mashida zetu, dragging behind them, So you understand. In this, I can tell you about something that I do in my house. So I have, by the way, you see this beautiful, beautiful t-shirt? Look at it. I will put the number of the lady who does this print for me, this t-shirt print up here also. Please support her. She does some really good job. And this t-shirt is not over 2 years old. Quality t-shirts to your liking. She sends you so many prints that she has. You choose and then you choose the color and then she makes it for you. Away from that, I was talking about disciplining the kids, and I've taken a lot of time on this one. Now, listen here. We have a timeout corner for us. If you do something that mommy doesn't have to punish you for, but something that is not very bad, you go there for 20 minutes. And you stand there like literally for 20 minutes. And by the time they're coming out of that place, I'm telling you, the children are not very humbled. They're humbled and they don't want to go back there again. So invent ways in your home that work well for your kids to make them, to discipline them. And that is why we are saying we discipline them in the right manner. There's something else that I want to talk about. This point number 10. Try substituting the word no with something a little softer. That's not so definite or harsh, something that is a little softer. If, for example, I'm trying to think of let me give this example. If, for example, you go to the supermarket, and when you go to the supermarket with me, by the way, I go to the supermarket with my kids. And yes, they're all over, but they're very disciplined. They're very, very, very disciplined. So if, for example, you go and they want this, they're causing tantrums and blah, 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 blah. Talk to the kids. Is it possible for you to tell the kid, instead of telling them, no, we're not having that, and shouting and all those things that we have discussed, why don't you tell them in a very soft way? Not today, but so, not today, Jaden, let me use Jaden. Not today, Jaden, or not today, Mary. Can we buy this tomorrow? I have a way of, now, how much is this thing, especially with the grown-up young girl? How much is this thing? It's 200 shillings. How many shillings do you have in your pocket? 50 shillings. Then we are less of 150 shillings. Can we go home? Save, then come for it. Just make sure you come for it. And it works. It works. It really works. Instead of shouting at the kids. Point number 11. Always find something to be appreciative about, Always find something to be appreciative about. Let me read this. Maybe your children are playing well, or they took a long nap, or they did something that made you smile. And if you are just having a no food day, be appreciative of the fact that you are a mother. Some people want to be a mother more than anything, and they are unable to. Remember that. Some people want to be a mother more than anything. There are people who can sell everything just to be moms, but they're not able. They're not able. So be grateful for the good times. Always be grateful. Be grateful for the good times. Even if they are few in number, especially lately, the kids are growing up really fast. So always find something to be appreciative of, even if it's very small or insignificant. Gratitude has the power to change your mindset. Do you know that? Gratitude has the power to change your mindset. So be grateful for the small things. Are you grateful that watoto wote teacher amekwambia wako na homa kwa class na mtoto wako hana? Ama uko kusema mimi mtoto wangu nimembaya syrup sijui wapi anakulanga machungu. Be grateful. Gratitude changes your mindset. When you learn to be grateful about every single thing. Ati watoto wako wameenda through the night. Hamjaamka, hakuna mwenye anatapika, hakuna mwenye anakohoa. They have just gone through the night, wameamka vizuri in good moods. be grateful. Always find something out of those kids to be appreciative about. Find something. Me, I have so now they really deserve all this. I'm grateful. So be grateful all the time. And the last point is teach your children new skills. Super important. Like now, my 10-year-old daughter, we have agreed that she will start washing some of her clothes. We have agreed that. And I have my friend who told me that she has also initiated the same with her son. Mtoto ajibrashie viatu, mtoto ajifulie nguo zingine, like the innerwears, the handkerchiefs, maybe a shirt. Wafue. Mtoto, can they wash utensils if they are girls? Can they fix something that if they are, just let them learn a new skill because you are there. Zikopo, like now we are having lessons. We are doing hair bands with this common scrunchies. Yeah, we are doing scrunchies with Zikopo. It's a class. We learn every day. I teach her. Through the learning of the scrunchies, she knows how to handle the needle. Hata yenda shule na ama anywhere na nguo haina button, she knows how to do that. And I was saying, I was remembering in my thoughts, when we were young, I thank God for my childhood. Funny enough, me, I thank God so much for my childhood. It was not good for me at that time, but I thank God every single day. Mi sahi, nikitoka hapa nidosha niekewe ng'ombe, I will milk comfortably. I know the first few days will challenge because of the economic, but it won't take me long. Me, I can milk. I can farm. Naeza lima. Tulikuwa tunatokea shamba, hakuna stima saa hizo, unatumia lamp. Maybe ndio unapika dinner. Mahindi walitoa, and I come from a place where there is a lot of maize. Walitoa zikaekwa pahali ya heap. So sasa hivi watu bado wanabeba tukabeba na migongo tukileta huko. I remember my shosho alikuwa ametutengenezea kiondo. Praise Emma can tell you. We had kila mtu kiondo yake. Unabeba na kiondo na mgongo, a small one. But you can imagine what they taught us. And so many other, and people can come here and say what they used to do, those things that their kids cannot do. So in the setups that we are in, teach your children how to use M-Pesa. Acha waache kushindanga Instagram now. And I'm not saying it's bad. It's good, according especially to the ages. It's really good. But teach your child even business, if you're a business person. You know how all of us know how the Wahindis do it. Teach your kids a lot of skills, just wamwagis of skills. Whichever they catch, whichever will fall on fertile soil will grow for sure. Whichever is not meant for them will itaenda. So sit down and look at your life, look at your kids. What skill can I teach my kid? I say in the USA, by the time mtoto anakonga, is it 18 years? They can even go and babysit. Anaenda kubabysit na nalipwa in hours. Mtoto wa 18 years. Kuja Nairobi. Mtoto wa 18 years. Hata mkwa juu kujifulia. Parents, let's have a wake up call for our tomorrow. Let's bring up a generation that will be able to stand for itself. Let's bring up a generation that will be able to go through the hard and the good times. I'm challenged by this guy I watch on YouTube all the time. All the time I'm watching him, and I think you have seen him somewhere. And I do Ives. Ives is traveling from his home place, France, and he's on his way to South Africa. And he's traveling with a tricycle. For the last 2.5, almost 3 years now, he has been traveling. That way, he never uses a car or anything. Country to country to country to country. And sometimes I'm like, this guy, wow, how long did he sit down to plan all this? At times, anafikanga place ni usiku na hakuna mahoteli, hakuna nyumba za watu, there's nothing. So he has to live in a tent. Anakwanga amebeba. Sometimes akona huku Ethiopia, anakuja maybe in the desert. He has gone through all weathers. Sometimes I admire him and I'm like, I wish we were all this handy. I wish we could prepare our kids to be this handy. So that even when they go out there, it will be easy for them. Let me stop talking too much. Those were just 12 points. We will be digging into this later on because I have many points here with me and I would like to share with you as we continue with this journey. And now, my dear friends, let me ask you, how are you bringing up your kids? Ama watoto wako ni wa msichana wa kazi? Are your kids for your house managers? We are not the best. And please, I'm saying this a million times. I'm not the best. I don't know. I was taught by nobody. I learn on the way. I go at home, I get a snippet from my mom. I go to my other place, I get snippets from my mom-in-law. I come hapa, I get snippets, even from the people I live with. Open your eyes, be open. Let's bring up these kids in the right ways. And it is not that my kids are very good. They are naughty. And they can sometimes be super naughty. But I try my best. Let's do our best and leave the rest to God. So thank you so much. If you have watched this video to this one, thank you so much. Thank you for keeping it right here. I don't know whether it's long or short. Thank you for working with us as we did our pilau, as we did our dinner prep the other day. It was still rice. And now you're still here watching. Thank you so much. If you have not by any chance subscribed to this channel, kindly do. Just subscribe. There's dope content coming your way. We are planning on a lot of things as usual. Please subscribe. It helps this channel grow. It inatoshitilia, and we are going to work together this journey. So thank you so much. Have a nice week. Have a nice week. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.